Welcome to our garden. And the ducks. So this side, you can see the stone wall over there. That's the border of our property. The overgrown bit next door is our neighbours. Never there. And that's the patio where we dug out down a metre deep and put in the patio. And it originally looked like that. And this is where I'm currently working, is digging out the tiles of this side. So you can see the broken tiles there. And the ducks like to help me with bashing them. Anything that's a bit big I keep and I use in the garden. Anything that's a little bit small I break up and take down to the garden path, which I'll show you in a moment. Hello, Gabby. So this is the winter project over here, and now we get into some of what's being done. That was my experiment with a bird bath in terms of using different sticks. And then we come into the duck enclosure, which is closed in on all sides and has lavender and sage and various herbs and ponds and trellis, which is going to get remade this winter once the leaves are gone. That is my little cafe. When I fancy a coffee outside, it's Café du Canard. And we're in the process of fixing this wall because it's crumbling in places. And so we've started work on the outside. I'm doing the inside here and David is doing the outside. And then if we follow the path round, so we've got a lot more herbs here. Thyme, tarragon, more thyme, more tarragon. And we're getting into where the fruit trees are. So we've got our peach tree. Oh, and the path. This is going to be eventually where a hanging bed will be. A balancé in French. We're just sort of getting the process of flattening out. The straw is going to go onto the strawberries for the winter. Then I have my fig tree, courtesy of Helen. We've got some dill, and this eventually is going to be a rose arbor here, but it's not a priority at the moment. There's the asparagus, and then looking around, we have the perennials all around the outside. So we have the strawberries here. They're eventually going to go all the way around the corner once we finish fixing that wall over there, and then they carry on down the outside. Actually, I'll carry on with it. So I've been bashing tiles and throwing them down here, which is why you see some different colors, and this needs to be weeding. So this is my last bed to be weeded. So this is my strawberry patch, a hazelnut tree which will get coppiced, and next to that is a walnut tree which gave us walnuts for the first time this year. And then coming back, these are my raised beds. So this year we had potatoes, squash and pumpkin, various squashes in this one. This was and is peppers. Oh, I've got one I can harvest. Tomatoes as well. I'm going to try and bring the peppers in actually and see if I can overwinter them. And then this is my perennial Swiss chard. It's forever kind of spreading and going. I just let it grow and go to seed and let the seeds drop down. And then the broccoli did the same thing this year. More strawberries. And then we get into the raspberry corner. And this is my hugelkultur bed. So it's actually all rotted wood underneath. This is probably the best bed for planting in because the soil is just amazing. And the artichokes. And then we come down here, another hazelnut tree that we're trying to get rid of and not doing very success. And then we've got champagne currants, red currants being buried by raspberries, more raspberries. Go along over here. These all need pruning, but I'm waiting for the winter frost to be sure we prune the right canes. More raspberries, so we're at the bottom of the asparagus. I've got wild strawberries on the other side of the asparagus, and some of them have spread over to this bed here. And then the compost is here. And then we go into the third garden, which we haven't actually done very much with, other than we have dug out this lavoir, which is where clothing would have been washed, which makes this house very, very posh, because it had its own, obviously, the work that would have gone into making it. It's about at least a metre deep. I haven't been able to get quite to the bottom of it yet. But the soil in there is amazing, so that's what I use on the garden. And come sort of February, I will start moving some of that out. And then this is our pêchoir. So this is where when fish were caught, they were stored here before refrigeration. And so they just stayed in here until you wanted a fish to eat. And that's our neighbour's garden over there. We're in the process of putting up a fence along here. This is a temporary one, as you can see, and so we're putting in a permanent one. And then eventually there'll also be a little summer house down here as well. And then we've got the stairs to outside going down. And this side, which we have done nothing with. That is more or less what the whole thing used to look like. Slightly tidied up, but basically it looks like that. And we've got it back at least to this. But this is our least touched project. It gets maybe 2 to 3 weeks of work a year, if that. But eventually we're going to take down quite a few of the trees and change it a lot. So that is our garden. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Hope you like the garden. And I will have to show you some before pictures, but basically it was totally overgrown before. But it's coming along. It's coming along. Quite a lot of work, but obviously doing well.